Things, I'm Lice.
And I am Scandal.
And let's tear down a hangar together.
Yay.
I think they're assuming there's a condemned building, that they have the ability to identify condemned building and then tear it down.
And then also have the...
The memorial garden makes no sense, though, at all. Let's start hauling this stuff out. Luke, can you get started on the roof? And we will not be down here hauling shit out while you're tearing down the roof over our head?
Yeah, I was about to say, regulation... Oh, wow. But then again, there's lots of accidents that actually happen to people on their own private property.
A lot of civilians.
Because they go, yeah, I could just do this, and you're like, there's a reason why
thinking about
hire somebody.
All the pieces to this at all. We'll just be in here walking around while you tear down metal plates over our head and rafters and things.
That's terrifying. When I've been at jobs, even where people aren't tearing anything down, but you're just all, like, really paranoid watching people above you, like, holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
On it!
Also, do you know that building's sturdy enough for him to climb on?
Yeah!
He just charges inside.
Bang.
To hit the roof from the bottom.
A few hours later. Is it nothing but a pile of sheet metal? It is!
Holy crap, that is not enough. Also, where's your damn desk? And did you, like, move all of them over somewhere we can't see them?
I hope so.
How are we all doing? Left the barrels there.
Sweaty. Dirty. Ugh.
So, needing a shower,
I have, like, bugs.
Oh,
ew.
God, really?
Fucking what?
So, no change from normal then, and he's offended appropriately. He should be. That was a dick move, Lily.
What the fuck?
You're always sweaty and dirty. It's fine. I like you that way. What?
I understand some people go, hey, that's kind of hot because it means that you've been doing work.
Working hard.
Like, what that means is working hard. But, like, I can't... Fuck it. I don't care. Like, I don't like it. Whatever. We're done. I'm fine. Hey! Lils, did you read into those books from the greenhouse?
Nope, not a bit. Nah, haven't gotten around to it. When I go inside with Dog, we just watch soap operas and play match 3 games.
It's great. I do it on my phone. It's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I'm up to, like, level 200 and something.
It's awesome. Getting really hard. But it's really nice they give you so many free lives. I have, like, 6 of them that I play, and when I run out of lives, I just go to another one.
If you want to, you should start with Codename Nightingale. That's my favorite.
You'd mentioned something like that.
Codename Nightingale? That was a book?
Apparently. What do you know it from? Oh, it means something, my dude.
From the movie that made, like, $1 zillion? Oh, this is where we're gonna get our money.
Oh.
Oh, God. This is where we're gonna get our fucking money?
Like, we should have already inherited it if that was the case.
I forgot all about those movies.
I only really watch romantic comedies. Oh, and soap operas.
Oh, my God.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna completely drop the fact that she is a fucking... Okay, fuck. Okay, fine, whatever.
What?
It's got romance! Kinda. Like, we're gonna solve this with doing this. You are...
So the thing is this would have been part of the inheritance. The thing is if it's not in your will, it goes to whatever your next of kin is. If she is not your next of kin, someone else inherited that money.
Yes.
But if it's in the will, then, you know, Mr. Jones already knows about it, and Lily clearly hasn't looked at the will at all. Or she's been declared next of kin, and for some reason didn't put this in the will because of, my mystery edgelord hunt of, you know, getting you to be in touch with your patron by walking around this garden and finding the mystery we've left for you. You need to have money troubles and then have them solved, and understand that I did in fact take care of you. Like, beyond the grave, that seems like an edgy shit thing to do.
That seems really crappy.
Getting sidetracked. Let's get this debris out of here. That sounds weird as hell.
That was so fucking specific. That is how they're gonna solve this. Or it's also gonna be, maybe they'll do something like they're gonna solve it this way, but like Lily's actually got to solve it with her accounting skills, vaguely, but also like, but I found this note that says that she had this thing.
Yeah, also going, well, people never knew who this ghostwriter was, so they didn't know where to put all this money.
Right.
And so now I can prove that my aunt's the writer. Except for your agent would know. People would know. They couldn't have paid you anything. And you can't say you lived your entire life, made movie deals, published, you know, many, many books that were very, very famous, and never received any money from it because you never admitted who you were.
Yeah, this is
because you can't, I mean, unless you just sold the rights 100%, like, or just gave them away. I give this to a publishing company because I think it will be fun. But when she says that other skill, she was trying to make money.
Yes.
So there's no reason for her to give them away. What do you think, Luke? Gonna use any of this for art? He totally should.
Yeah. Can't say I ain't tempted, but gonna try to keep from hoarding any more junk just for the hell of it.
Then don't hoard it. Make something now. You make stuff really fucking quick.
Do it!
Sounds like a good plan. Pardon the cursing. This is weird as hell. Like, usually we curse moderately.
Of course, if inspiration strikes.
You'll build a new hangar? We need to save you from yourself. what? And
What?
get this stuff to the junkyard ASAP. Got it? She really doesn't support him as an artist at all. Like, she goes hey, what about this? He's like, junk. And she's like, you're right. It's crap to assume that you were going to do art things with it. Let's save you from yourself from trying to do art things with it. Let's just get rid of it.
Instead of like helping your friend potentially with a hoarding issue, because I do know some artists who really are like they struggle really hard with not having like traditional artists,
Yes.
right? Where you really struggle with just having a ton of shit.
Because
organization
it could be useful.
is
It could be valuable.
extremely useful to
It
people
is.
like that, myself included. I do traditional art. It's a thing for sure.
Mm-hmm. Like that's why, like right away she's like, hey, you could use this. But then I feel like that was very backhanded or underhanded, going, what I really meant was I was mocking
But
you.
that's why actually I really appreciate my friend Liza over here, because she actually has bought me stuff to like organize my art crap, and it's been fantastic. And
It's true.
I apologize. I don't mean to say like crap as in like terrible, but it's like sometimes you just go, there's so much of it, it feels like crap.
Several trips to the junkyard later, where we folded these in half and put them in his truck, just like we put that whole
And then
car
we didn't
in
have
the back
to
of his
pay
truck.
for that, by the way, going to go dump those.
And why did we take them to the junkyard instead of to a scrap metal place and get paid for them?
Right?
Like, you really can sell your scrap metal. It's not a lot of money depending on the kind of metal and the weight.
Yeah, but at least you wouldn't have to pay for it.
But one, it's free, and two, they pay you for it.
Yeah.
Like, if you bring in a car for nothing but scrap metal, no parts, no anything, it's at least like $500.
Yeah.
It's like $300 to $500 just for the weight in metal.
That was actually kind of one of the things that happened with a car that I actually had, where I was trying to get another car because I got into a car accident, and they were like, oh, well, we don't want to, treasure the car, and I'm like, I already know that I could get like $500 to $600 for this car.
Just the metal
For
scrap.
just the metal for the car, so no. And they were like, boo.
And they're like, oh, well, we tried to swindle you. Fine, we'll give you money for it, kind of thing.
Right. Because
Like,
they were like, oh, we're not going to do that. I'm like, no, screw you.
Mm-hmm. Then we'll take it and go get money for it and then come back.
Right.
Oh, well, Okay, guys, that's all of it. And thank you so much. It has been a slow and like supportive project to try and give my friend art organization.
It's true.
It has been a cool process between both of us.
Uh-huh. No problem. I got to go for today, though.
Bye. Are you gonna go create something? That'd be cool, except for I don't care.
Why do we specifically have to suddenly
see Luke off?
We already...
This is so linear, like no other choices anywhere.
This feels like a waste of time.
It feels very weird. And his truck's suddenly back over there. Heading out? I just said I was leaving.
Said, yeah, sorry, I gotta go pick up Karen. She's gonna stay over tonight.
That's super cool.
That's also really fast, because weren't you just complaining, going, she said Rachel was going, maybe at some point we could work something out?
Once you've cleaned your house?
Like, this is literally
And I guess
like
he just
a
called
day or two
and
later?
went, I put the dog in babysitting yesterday, cleaned my house, and today she's already coming over. Now, the thing is maybe his ex-wife just really trusts him. Maybe Rachel's just like, you said you cleaned your house, you cleaned your house. Or she could be like, can I see pictures?
Yeah,
and
and
then
I know
like,
some
hey,
people
kiddo.
take that as really super fucking bitchy, but I'm like, based off of his, like, again, the way they've written Luke, I don't trust him. He seems also like he's basically extremely disenfranchised and very disempowered and doesn't really want to connect to things because he's been so hurt and basically really put down by a lot of basically toxic behaviors that he's learned over the years and doesn't know what to do with himself anymore. And it's frustrating to kind of just, like, interact with this.
Yep. Also going, it's also just a weird progression. Like, again, the pacing is strange.
It really is strange.
No need to apologize. You helped me so much today.
It's quite irritating.
And I'm so happy you and Rachel have an understanding now. You don't know that they have an understanding now.
You don't.
You only know that one thing happened. Now, you might extrapolate and assume that an understanding has been reached and is done, but that's a pretty big leap. Honestly,
But she's
have you
gonna end up
talked
being
more
right.
about, you have an understanding now, have you talked more about shared custody? Okay, so an understanding now is something else?
I guess?
That basically you're willing to work on things and she feels like you're more motivated where she didn't before? I don't know. I don't even know what that means. Have you talked more about shared custody?
We're working on it. Rachel wants to feel it out a little. Make sure I don't start slipping.
You must have been pretty bad, because she seems like she really wants to trust and work with you based on how she's written. There must have been something really, really terrible about in the way either you neglected your daughter or about how much you hurt one or both of them. Like,
you were
because
really...
this is a huge level of, Rachel's not written as basically a mean-ass, underhanded bitch. She's really being written as a person who's a little awkward, seeming pretty genuine, and has high standards, and is a little tentative and judgy.
Now,
which could indicate a lot of pain.
I want to say I vaguely might question that a bit. Like, I think she's supposed to be slightly bitchy. I don't think she's... Because the thing is, we're supposed to feel more like, we feel for Luke, right?
Luke, right?
Going like, you are kind of a dork and whatever else, but you're charming and Lily's falling for you.
And you're trying.
Yeah, hon, you're trying. You really are. And Rachel just has some really weird standards, okay? Which is fair. I'm kind of a dingus sometimes. I get it. But in the meantime, I get to see Karen. It's fine. Do you want to see Karen? Again, I'm like, the level of how disconnected he is from his child, it doesn't mean that he doesn't. I know that. I get that. It just feels to be like really fucking frustrating because to me, I'm like, it is also probably the way that I was aggressively raised sometimes, where the thing of going like, if you're not paying attention, you don't care. Now, I've had more of a problem because over the past like 6 months or whatever, my memory has gone to hell. Like, I genuinely have been having some serious fucking memory problems, and it's been driving me crazy. But I've had a lot of trauma basically associated from work and a lot of sheer utter exhaustion. Like, just finally in the last while when I was at work, it was very difficult to just fucking function. And I don't know, maybe that's Luke's problem of going like he has so much stress, or he built up so much stress of the relationship
that he can't keep track of things.
That he can't keep track of stuff. Maybe that really is his problem. And in that way, then I'd be like, wow, Lily, kind of more of a dick. But also Luke going in that sense of he's basically fed into that idea that you can't ask people for help.
Why do they also frame this like this with Lily's face behind a tree? Like just directorial framing. Why?
Why did you put that tree there, my
But like, and also specifically this one little bunch that's specifically out in front of her face. Poink. I say, but for me, like it does. Like high amounts of stress and anxiety can cause memory, organizational, and focus problems.
Yes.
When somebody is demonstrating a lot of those, whether people go, they're neurotypical, or oh, they have ADD, they really are like those things are symptoms of stress. And whether it is some form of condition or distinction that is causing them stress, those things are symptoms of stress.
I mean,
trying to then manage that stress is the way to cure those symptoms, not go, you need to remember shit and keep track of your life.
Right, and I will totally say like that I have always been fairly stressed out in most of my life. Like, my God, when I left my house, and I left when I was like 18 desperately as fast as I could, I ended up getting shingles in the next couple of years.
Just from being overwhelming.
Like I was, yeah, because the thing is that so people really don't, they're like, oh, it's an old people thing. I'm like, I was like 20.
Yeah.
Okay, and I got shingles and they were shocked. Like doctors are like, holy shit, what are you talking about? And I'm like, I didn't even know I had this, and it didn't hurt or do anything to me, but it was just kind of like, you guys?
Yep.
I was so stressed out.
That, yeah, basically when you get super stressed out, it can lower your immune system and make you more susceptible to other things.
Yes.
All right, so anyway, we feel like, in the same way that I like to give a lot of people the benefit of the doubt, in most cases when people are having severe organizational troubles and memory troubles and trouble connecting emotionally, I'm like, that sounds like stress and anxiety. Let's try and figure out where it's coming from. Even if it's something that can't be changed, let's try and figure out where.
Right? Speaking of, I do hope you for help. I do owe you for one for helping me make that happen. I'll come back tomorrow with Karen to help with the hanger some more. Does your daughter want to do that?
It doesn't matter. She just gets to come. That's a lot. That's very standard parent behavior, unfortunately.
That's right. Hey, last night was unexpected.
No, it wasn't. You set it up and planned the date and brought the food and brought the wine.
I was actually going to say, yeah.
Me asking you to dance was unexpected? Because last night wasn't. You started it.
Yeah.
That is, like, dude, you set it up. And maybe it wasn't meant to be a date. Maybe it was just meant to be sandwiches and wine is fun, eh? And Lily went, romance. And he went,
whoa.
Oh, hi. But anyway, my
except
first
based
response
off
is,
of the fact that when we initially started this, and remember when they had that incident in the garden where we were both like, what the
where
fuck
he was
is going on?
Literally making weird, aggressive, like specific jokes towards Lily.
Yeah, that was weird.
About being attracted to her or hitting on her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't like it? See, this sounds more like the Lily we've seen a lot.
Right.
When she's not trying to be edgy.
Right.
I'm sorry,
No, I liked it.
So good, I forgot my sandwich.
Are we blocking her face because... yeah, okay.
I don't know.
It's okay. I thought for 2 seconds it was going to be like he's going to move forward and kiss her, and because they don't have that animation, that was how they were going to block it.
I wanted to be like, oh, good, not just good. Like, that face looks very suddenly, completely self-assured.
I'm just sorry I had to go so soon. Sometimes when you got a kid...
When you have any responsibility, you have to leave for it sometimes. It's just a matter of leveling those responsibilities against each other.
No kidding.
I promise, I understand. But I want to hear more from that record with you sometime soon. Ha. And she just keeps talking up here. It's fine.
It's kind of fun. It's always hilarious. Is that an order?
No.
No.
Oh my God, no. Oh my God. Just tell him what you want. Don't ask, don't communicate, just tell him. I don't like that trope in any kind of romance of people going, you don't waffle around, you just tell them what you just tell them what to do. Now, telling someone what you want in a clear, concise way is really helpful. Going, hey, I'm interested in dating you, and to me, dating is a monogamous, relationship where we're only involved with each other sexually and romantically, which sounds really bland, and you could spin it way more fun than that. Mm-hmm. But the thing is you can be super blunt, because sometimes when you go, hey, do you want to go out with me? That doesn't mean all of those other things at all. And some people who are either super insecure or just really are afraid of like basically connection or commitment or anything will be like, I can interpret this however I want to keep my emotions the safest and myself the freest. But also still, you know, go, hey, I kind of like you, or I'm just interested.
It also could be some level of like either self-deprecation on Lily's part, of where she's also being like, I was clearly bossing you around, you know, kind of thing. She could be being in that sense.
She could be like, well,
concerned.
Bossing you around seemed to work pretty well last night. Could be more like that, I could see.
What are you guys talking about?
When I gave an offering to the squirrel god accidentally and he didn't like it. Nothing, just sandwiches and wine, and the fact that I am ashamed of this, and if I am ashamed and embarrassed based on your potential judgment, then perhaps I am not comfortable with this at all and should not be pursuing it. Most of the times, if you ask therapists, if you ask professionals, everyone, they say, if you're super embarrassed about something you're doing or you're ashamed to share it, there's probably something wrong with it. Now, not in general. But that's like in specific to people you actually care about. Not just like I'm in an environment where the people around me are deeply different than me and my parents or my whatever or my religion is going to judge me. But like things going even to those who I trust and I'm comfortable with, I feel like I shouldn't share this relationship. It's usually a really bad sign.
Yeah.
Anyway, you were going to say?
I was also going to say that there is sometimes, though, at least for me, like I was going to bring that up before, sometimes people are like, I don't feel like this is bad. What I feel like that thing, have you ever had that feeling where you like watch a movie and you go, oh my God, if I ever saw this with like my family or my mom or my dad, and you'd be like, oh my God, I'm going to get judged out the ass for this if I ever saw this with them. Right. And just going like, I don't feel like it's bad, but I feel like if I would ever see it with them, they couldn't stand it / understand, like they couldn't like it or understand it or comprehend
but different people are going to like
and they would just judge you being like, you just do this thing. And you're
Which
like,
is why I was like, it depends. The people you feel comfortable and close with. Like, you might be like, this is not media my mom would like or we connect over. But it's not something I want to hide from everyone in my entire life.
That's true.
So that's why I'm trying to be specific about the difference. There's plenty of things, like we've talked about numbers of times where you are different and share different parts of yourself with different people in your life.
Which is perfectly healthy and fine.
Which is perfectly normal. You connect on different things, so you share those things. You don't go, nope, I need you to spend time with me doing something you have no connection to because it's a part of me and I need you to know.
Children never keep secrets from their parents or never have different interests from their parents.
And you're not necessarily keeping secrets in some cases, or even from your friends. It's just that this friend isn't particularly into origami. They're aware somewhere off in the distance that you do origami, but they have no idea that you've gone to an origami folding tournament and won top prize because they really have no connection to it. Like that kind of thing. But if you're going, I'm in a relationship online, an internet relationship, and it's super, super freaking fun, but it feels so deeply uncomfortable to tell anyone about it at all, it probably means there's something wrong with it. Like anyone at all.
I feel like that's a little bit too extreme, though.
And it might be.
But I think, like I said, sometimes you really can just basically have a lot of baggage from a previous, basically, life, as it were, that goes.
And you just feel like relationships in general are bad.
Or just going like, whatever I am doing, I feel like I will be judged for it. Even if you don't like really go, I don't feel like this is bad. You really can basically start carrying some of the basically like social baggage, where people will go, this one idea is not okay. Like I don't think I really agree.
I guess I feel like I'm trying to say it differently. More like. That's okay. The difference between, I don't feel like I want to share this with you because I'll be judged, versus I am ashamed of this and should keep it hidden, but I want to keep doing it. Okay. Is that distinguished for you? And if they sound the same, that's fine. We are different people.
That's okay. That's totally happy. I'm like, I think I get, like I said, I think I get somewhere distinguished, but I feel like the probably is a little bit too extreme. Okay. But I don't know. That could just be like a word usage.
Well, and like I said,
I don't know.
That is
we're trying to make this more general.
A red flag thing.
Right.
Going, this is not, it is bad. Right. But this is usually a red flag. Most commonly, if you absolutely feel like you were ashamed and want to hide something from everyone in your life, and you have a connected life, not they won't like it, they might judge me, but I want to hide this from everyone.
So you're basically being like a thing, it might be some sort of like warning sign, at least about something.
That there is something potentially wrong. It doesn't mean the whole thing is bad or wrong, but something is off and you're feeling an intrinsic discomfort.
And sometimes it's also a chance maybe then for you to open up and be like, hang on, what am I actually uncomfortable about? And then you can go, I really do still think that maybe what I'm doing is inappropriate. Like whether or not I
could
realize
be like, I'm dating someone online and I think that's inappropriate because, you know...
dating online, predators, blah!
Exactly, or whatever it is.
Okay, there we go. Okay, that makes more sense. Yep,
okay, cool. That's what I was driving for.
Okay, that makes sense.
Nothing!
Gotta go! Later! Yeah, and I'm like, you guys...
just completely hide this from Regina for why?
Because Regina apparently hates men and hates her own
goddamn husband. Except for she has actively shipped you two and teased you about being interested in dating.
After she was making fun of you and hated him and...
Yeah, she's gone both ways.
You guys are so easy to rattle.
Yeah, well, apparently I don't trust or have confidence in you at all, my dear.
That is not
I have
cool.
no ease with you.
So, are we gonna build something soon? Maybe something made of wood?
Apparently we don't need to build anything. Just set stuff out and make little gardens. Well, first we need to prepare the grounds for the new stuff. I want to get rid of some of the old trees and bushes, of course. Can we keep the lime tree?
Like, that would be nice. Yeah, sure. Okay.
Yeah, she's not a landscaper. She's a carpenter.
All right. Well, thank you very much, guys, then, for joining us. If you like what we do, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And we love hearing from you. If you have any opinions about this, please feel free to, weigh in. We've all got different experiences, and that's kind of how this works. But without dialogue, where else are we going to get,
Right.
And also, though, if you want to support us more directly, please feel free to go check out our Ko-Fi and our Patreon. We've got some links in the description down below. And I have been Scandal.
And yeah, if you listen to something and you're like, hey, I feel like I understood either what you were driving for or I have another perspective to add, please feel free to do so. We are trying to achieve understanding, even as Scandal and I have different opinions about things and we encounter them, sometimes quite immediately.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, and I have been Lies. And it was
great
great playing with you. Bye.